I took my love, took it down.
It's been a smash hit 3 times in 4 decades.
Climbed a mountain and I turned around.
Landslide is one of the most successful songs in music history. But unbelievably, it was written on a mountain of doubt by a young woman convinced her dreams of romance and rock stardom were about to end.
What is happening to this relationship right now? Is the landslide going to bury us both?
In 1973, Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham were 2 rockers whose group had just been dropped by Polygram Records. It was a major setback, both for their career and their romance.
We were having some problems as a couple.
With their income cut off, Buckingham and Nicks were struggling to make the rent and forced to put their dreams on hold for odd jobs.
We had been in the big studio. We had touched the pot of gold. So to go back to being a waitress and a cleaning lady, it was devastating.
She was either going to be a superstar or nobody. There was no in-between for her.
In early 1974, Lindsey was hired as a touring guitarist for the Everly Brothers. But as he took off, Stevie was left behind with nothing but her fears.
They left me in Aspen with the car and the dog by myself with very little money. And I was really not that happy about that.
But it was as Stevie sat alone, pondering a clean break from the music business and her boyfriend, that her most famous song was born.
I took my guitar and I sat down in the living room looking out at the snow-covered mountains.
And I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hills till the landslide brought me down.
Stevie began Landslide believing she might leave Lindsey and rock and roll. But when it was done, she made a decision that would shape the rest of her life.
I decided when I was writing that song to give the music and Lindsey one more chance. And that's what that song was about.
Within months, Stevie and Lindsey had been asked to join Fleetwood Mac, and the group released Landslide in 1975. And incredibly, the song that might have marked the end of Stevie Nicks' music career instead began a string of successes that would last for decades.
Landslide was really Stevie Nicks' first moment, and it really foreshadowed all the great songs that would come from her.
Well, I've been afraid of changing 'cause I built my life around.
Stevie and Lindsey finally broke up in 1977, but 30 years later, Landslide has been covered by everyone from the Smashing Pumpkins to the Dixie Chicks. And as for Stevie, she believes the song she wrote staring at the mountaintop will be her musical epitaph.
When I'm gone, it'll be done again and again by other people, and that it'll be one of those great songs that will live on forever. That's what I hope for Landslide.
Well,